Hey guys, welcome back to the Fatal Wrath channel. It's been a little bit, voice healing, and some challenges that we haven't already covered. Earlier this week, there was a couple more challenges that have already been talked about in previous weeks and previous videos. So I didn't need to make more videos on that. I had to wait for something new to come along. So we got the Friday challenge, the weekend challenge. We have Turtles and we have Master Splinter. Now, I'm not going to bore you and go through the level by level. It would just make the video too long for the point that I'm trying to make here. We're going to start this off with the Turtle Platinum Gear Challenge, where we go up against level 90 turtles. And then we're going to go up against the Master Splinter Challenge after that. So let's get this started. And we're also going to talk about a mysterious character that kind of helped out with the Splinter Challenge and kind of the best way to go about doing this. But first, the Turtle Challenge. Trying to beat the third stage where everybody's at level 90. You know, it's really not as tough as you think it's going to be. This first section, I would stick to basics. Start using tougher attacks when you actually go up against the turtles. But for now, these guys aren't doing too much. Now we can start on the bigger attacks. Well, since we have it down to 1, we'll use a single strong attack. One turtle doesn't really do too much. These guys, honestly, were not all that bad. Get the big attacks on them. As you can see, it gives you plenty of turns before it does anything and returns it. And just like that, a level 90 completed. Alright, so that was Turtles. Now we're going to go into something a little bit more difficult. Master Splinter. We're going to fast forward here to the final stage. As you can see, it can be done. I have 3 stars. Now, I had a pretty difficult time with this, but I started to analyze what Master Splinter was doing. And I experimented with the different characters that they allow you to have. Not a huge wide variety of stuff to work with here. You mainly get totals. So we gotta take what we can get here. And we don't have a lot. Why we get April Kunoichi, but not regular April, who knows? Gotta ask Ludia that question. But out of what we have, we're going to experiment with quite a few of them. We're going to experiment with Leo, Mikey, Raph, and Donatello. Now I thought this was the ideal team, but I still struggled until I swapped it out with a different, interesting character. Who's that character? Let me bring him up, because we need to talk about the abilities. And you're gonna think I'm crazy. Why this person? What makes him so special? You'll see. That's right. Metalhead. He's the one that is really going to help out this challenge when you have such limited characters to work with. Not that LARP Raph wouldn't be a good choice as well too, but he's kind of low level where I have him at. So Splinter kind of resisted his focus. So we're going to use what we have to work with here. Metalhead. This ability right here. This is what's going to take care of Splinter and help you out. I defeated Splinter 3 times at level 90. So we're going to focus on this ability here, technically speaking. Metalhead opens his mouth and emits a sonic blast, taunting all foes. Taunt all foes for 2 turns. 100 chance to speed down foes for 2 turns. Now, before this was at the number 6, this percentage was lower. So what you're going to want to do in using Metalhead, get this up to number 6 so you have 100% chance That means when you use it every time, it's guaranteed to work against Splinter and give your team a fighting chance. The only difference, if you happen to go platinum, is the cooldown is for 3 turns rather than 4. Which that is pretty good, but it's the same percentage. So without using a ton of resources, use that number 6 and do the 100%. It's really going to help you out. There's another thing that I want to point out that Metalhead does here. It's his last attack. Metalhead's fist becomes a flamethrower. He fires at a foe. 50% chance to cause damage over time for 2 turns. 50% chance to cause damage over time for 2 turns. That is a good one. I leave it at 3 because if you look at 4, it's the same thing. He becomes a flamethrower, fires at a foe. 50% chance to cause damage over time for 3 turns, cooldown 4 turns. The cooldown is the same, the percentage is the same. The only difference is he does this for 3 turns rather than 2 turns. Well, I mean, if you're trying to save resources, the 3 works just as well. Now, if you want to increase those resources, get him to the 4, the 5, and the 6, go ahead. But this is the bare minimum where you should have him. The 6 here and the 3 here. To use the speed down and use the damage over time. Okay? Let's see this in action. Go back over here to level 90. Alright. Now we're going to play this a few times, so just sit back and enjoy. Now, one thing you can bring on here is Donatello with his defense. And we're going to bring on Metalhead. There are some other real good ones to use. LARP Raph is a good one. VQ Leo, but as you can see, they don't really add up to his power of level 90. So we're just going to kind of leave them alone for a moment. And we're going to focus on a team that has somewhat of a chance to win. So let's get into it here. Now, you have to have good RNG or you're going to have to back out. Now, what he just did to Metalhead just now, it doesn't usually happen on the first turn. So I'm guessing we're probably going to have to back out and go back into it a little bit. But one thing you're going to really want is Mikey's dodge attack. That's really going to help you if your characters are low and you need some kind of defense. Another good attack is Leo's third attack here. It can kind of cut him down a little bit. This is actually quite a lot to take off of here, considering he's at level 90. You can also get a good defense with Donatello here. Now, we can't slow him down just yet, although this would be the perfect time to do it. Do it when he doesn't have his buff going, because it would make it a lot easier to slow him down and hit him without that fancy buff that he does. But amazingly enough, even when he does the buff, the slowdown will still happen. And I'll show you that as well too. Let's Kind of power him up a little bit. Alright, he snapped out of it. We got the buff going. So now, well, they're pretty good healed. We'll just stick to a basic right now. That's okay. Now, even though he has this going on, this will still work. This is what you want him to have. This sign right here. It will slow him down. It will make your life easier. Let's go ahead and heal up while he still has that active. Because all you're going to do is just end up missing attacks. Now that that's gone, now the real fun begins. You start this here. Alright, that time it didn't do the damage over time, but you know, we're trying. And yes, this might take you a little bit. Might have to have a little patience. But you can see the characters are standing their ground. It's not that bad. Bring on the dodge again. It's really going to help you. I wouldn't use this big attack just yet. He's got that buff. He's just going to heal from it. Yeah, Metalhead falls. It happens. Alright. Now, should be able to get a few hits on him. Now look how much he's down. And he attacks a turtle with a dodge, which that does nothing. That's perfect. Goes back to that buff. This guy is just insane. But it gives you a fighting chance. That was bad RNG. Now, with Donatello, I didn't really recommend him, but if you need that defense, it's good. Here's what I did to kind of help out. I used Raph, because he's stronger on my team. So now we're going to see what happens. I did kind of say in that last one when he started off what he did with Metalhead there, taking his ability down like that. That was not very good. Okay, you know what, I'm just going to back out of that one because Mikey needs to last a little bit longer. You get bad RNG, you have to keep on trying. You're not going to get the same scenario every time. Okay, that helps out a little bit. We'll go ahead and try the heal up here. We got to give him a fighting chance. Alright. Either one's pretty good. Let me try this big attack here. See, there we go. Damage over time. That's good. Oh, now he has not done his buff, we can do this attack. Now see, we're doing a little better here. Look at that. He didn't even do his big buff thing. Well, we might as well heal. Now, use this. Well, it's really hard to decide at this point because an attack up is good. Taunting over at Raph so he can continue to have good attacks is good. Just try to hold off on that just for a second. It's been a while since he did that buff too, so we might have a fighting chance here. I'm going to go ahead and give him the big one here. Kind of take him down a few notches. Well, this is still pretty good for what it is. It could have gone better. But he's just not easy. We're going to give it a try again. Okay. Apparently he really likes to pick on Michelangelo. Maybe a heal would work. I hate not using that dodge though. Okay, I wasn't expecting him to just miss on that. I had to direct him over here. And slow him down. We're gonna keep on going with this. That's actually a better sign that he went for Leo that time. Here we are. This is a better setup. If he didn't have that buff on, that move would have finished him. There we are. Might have only taken 2 stars, but it got it done. Now this would be the kind of RNG that you need. And yes, Metalhead may have to be sacrificed. But you keep trying, many different combinations. I have found these 4 to be the best. I have won 2 other times with this team. And then for some reason I 3-starred it when I swapped out Raph for LARP Raph, and he was very weak. But it got it done. Just real quick, I'll show you how much LARP Raph needs to be leveled up. If you don't have him leveled up very well, the focus down is not going to work. He resisted that, see? And it's not going to give you a very good time. We can try, but I'm almost certain that since you don't have that focus down working on your side with him, it's just not going to be there. The fact he hasn't used his buff yet, I'm just getting good luck. Usually he uses that buff a bunch of times by now. Try it again. It didn't do anything. Now this is gonna be interesting if this actually works and finishes him off. What do you guys think? Wow. Leo the Badass coming through for a finish. Anyways, as you can see, with Metalhead on your team, it is possible to beat this guy. So use Metalhead. I'd recommend getting Larprath a little stronger. Wouldn't hurt. But yes, that is the downfall of Splinter at level 90. I have defeated him 5 times so far. There's the first time. What did it give me the second time? I think it gave me one of these the second time. I believe I got this one the third time. Then what we get? This one just now. And this one just now. 5 times. Master Splinter's downfall. There you have it, guys. If you like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, stay alert. We'll definitely see you in the next video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Join the Discord and see all the discussions about how to defeat Master Splinter, some of the easy ways here. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.